Isang mapagpalayang gabi po sa atin lahat, mga kaibigan. Ito po ang Kawal ng Demokrasya, Kawal di Carbonero. Bayaan ninyo na sa gabing ito, gagawin po natin espesyal ang ating pong panawagan sapagkat bibigyan ko ng kopya ang embassy ng China dito po sa ating komentaryo ngayon. I will be issuing a copy of the People's Memorandum to the Government of China. We have emailed this afternoon a copy of this memorandum, but I want to make sure that everyone in the embassy will read this and all the Chinese in the Philippines will be able to ask for this and access it through the YouTube, Facebook, and my radio program DWIZ, Kawal and Demokrasya. In English, it is called, or it is translated as Soldier of Democracy. This is a copy of the People's Memorandum to the Government of China that I have personally composed, written, and caused to be received by the Embassy of China in Makati. People's Memorandum to the Government of China from the people of the Philippines to Mr. Xi Jinping, President, People's Republic of China. You are hereby enjoined to respect our sovereignty and start acting as a friend, not as enemy. We, the sovereign people of the Philippines, condemn in the strongest possible terms your acts of aggression in our country, especially or specifically one, by sending your naval and Coast Guard vessels into Philippine territories at the West Philippine Sea. 2. By dumping human waste and other toxic materials in our oceans. 3. By committing hostile acts versus or against our fishermen. 4. Sending your militia into our cities in the guise of POGO personnel. We demand that you respect the UNPCA ruling dated July 12, 2016. Your immediate compliance is hereby demanded. Non-compliance shall be deemed an act of war. For this, our people must act decisively to protect our sovereignty, defend our territory, and protect and develop our patrimony. For the people, for the Filipino people, Kawal ng Demokrasya, Supreme Commander Kawal di Carbonero, Filipino. I want to explain this further to the Chinese people in the Philippines. You, Chinese people, are not welcome in my country. We will fight you toe-to-toe in every street corner and every chance that we can get. We are not impressed with your numbers. Remember, Vietnam is a small country who fought the biggest and the superpower, biggest army and the superpower of the world, America. And Vietnam won. We will win this war that I am now declaring as a Filipino against China. We are therefore serving you notice. Get out of our country. Get out of our cities. You may be able to frighten our Navy in the high seas of West Philippine Sea. You may be able to ignore the decision of the United Nations proclaiming that the Philippine Islands is for the Filipino people and that there is no basis whatsoever for China to claim territories in our sovereign country. China has no right, according to the United Nations, based in history or any legal clause under the UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. We therefore have to assert this. We are not following the President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, in saying that he is not respecting the decision of the United Nations, the Permanent Court of Arbitration. To hell with Duterte. We are not following him. We are not sharing his madness his crazy interpretation of the international law. We are not with him. There are a lot of Filipinos like me. Please do not mistake that the Post-Asia is representing the true sentiment of the people. We are the real voice of the people. I am a voice of the Filipino people. I am issuing this through the program Kawal ng Demokrasya. It is broadcast over DWBL daily, 1242 kilohertz AM. Therefore, be assured that the ordinary Filipino people are listening to me and they are endorsing my statement. They are subscribing in droves and in numbers and quantum leaps in order to show to the world that they are with me in the decision or a stand of Kawal ng Demokrasya to defend our country, uphold the UN PCA decision, upholding or ruling that the Philippines is for the Philippines and China has no basis in truth, in law, and in history that they ever can claim any part of our country. The recent act of China making our oceans and the West Philippine Sea dumping ground of human waste for the 2 billion Chinese people is condemnable, and I condemn that. We condemn it. We will take it against you, China, that this is an act of treason, and this is an act of war, and we are responding accordingly. We are also declaring counter declaration of war to China. China, get out of our cities, get out of our streets. We will start harassing your people. We will be fighting you in every street corner, person to person, toe to toe. Chinese, get out of our land. Mga kaibigan, dumating po panahon na tayo po ay hindi napapayag. China, get out of our country. We cannot stomach your aggression any longer. We will not be patient anymore. We will not be kowtowed. We will not cower. We will fight you, China. Get out of our cities. If we cannot drive you out of our seas, we will drive you out of our streets, out of our cities, person to person, toe to toe. And if we have to do that today, starting today, we will start doing it. So China, warning, get out of our cities, get out of our land. You are not welcome. You are not our friend. You are an enemy, China. I declare you an enemy because all your actions have been inimical to the sovereignty of my country. You have been insulting us too long. You have been capitalizing on the cowardice of Mr. Duterte. We do not follow Mr. Duterte in his position of disrespecting the United Nations PCA ruling that the Philippines is for the Filipinos and China has no basis in law or history to occupy any part of our country. So I am issuing this on behalf of the Filipino people, on behalf of all my subscribers, that China get out of our cities. We may not be able to chase you out of the high seas because we don't have the vessels yet, but we will chase you out of our streets, of every street corner, every edifice, every alcove, every chance that we can get. I am not alone. I am backed up by my subscribers. I am backed up by the Filipino people. Mga kaibigan, yan po ang aking mensahe. Tayo po ay nagdeklara na ng ating sentimento laban sa China. Ginagawa po tayo basura. Akala ninyo, millions of tons of human waste, ilang milyon tonelada, mga kaibigan, itinapon sa ating karagatan, nakuha ng satellite ng isang international body na sinasabing ang West Philippine Sea na pag-aari ng Pilipinas ay ginawang Poso Negro, dumping of human waste and other medical and toxic materials. Ano pa po mangyayari sa atin pagka nagkaroon po ng bagyo? Yan po ay pupunta sa pangpang natin. Mga dumi na mga inchik mula po sa Beijing. At pinapayagan ng ating gobyerno. Walang ginagawang kongreso. Ang katapangan ng kongreso laban sa ABS-CBN. Ang katapangan at ang angas ng mga congressman natin, hindi laban sa kaaway, laban sa NPA, laban sa Makabayan Black, laban kay Angel Locsin, laban kay Katrina Gray, laban sa mga aktivista, laban sa mga UP students. Anong klaseng gobyerno ito? Hindi na po tayo papayag dyan. Ako ay nagbibigay ng statement o pangungusap ngayon na hindi tayo sumasanib kay Mr. Duterte sa kanyang pagbabalahura o pagbababoy ng United Nations ruling. Pabor sa atin ang ruling na yan at itong Duterte na ito, abay sasabihin niya, ibasura, walang kwenta raw yan. Traidor! Anong gagawin natin sa traidor na ito?
Ibasura.
Huwag po natin itong susundin. Humiwalay po tayo kay Duterte. Mag-rebelde tayo laban kay Duterte sapagkat pinapahamak niya ang ating bansa. Tungkulin po natin maging rebelde. Tungkulin po natin huwag sumunod sa kanya. Tungkulin natin wasakin ang kanyang aparatos upang sa ganon hindi na siya umabot sa eleksyon. Ang ating halalan, huwag ninyong aasahan na magkakaroon ng saysay. Yung halalan na yan, hindi papayagan ni Xi Jinping na matalo kanilang Smartmatic, kanilang COMELEC, kanilang Supreme Court, kanilang Senado, kanilang Congress at pinakasama sa lahat, kanila pa ang Armed Forces of the Philippines sapagkat yung Commander-in-Chief ng Armed Forces of the Philippines ay si Rodrigo Roa Duterte na hayagan at sasabing kampi siya sa China, kaibigan niya si Xi Jinping at hindi niya nire-respeto ang United Nations decision, hindi niya nire-respeto ang Pilipino, period. Sapagkat tayo ay nagpapauto, hindi tayo umaangal, hindi tayo lumalaban. Pues, tayo po ay lalaban lang. Mula ngayon, magpapakita po tayo ng ating anghang, magpapakita tayo ng ating lakas, ang ating modelo, mga Vietnamese. Ngayon, lumalaban ng Indonesia sa China. Ang ginagamit nila, United Nations decision na nagsasabing China, wala kang basis. Yang iyong 9-dash line ay fiction. Walang basihan. Yan ay invento mo lamang. Yan ang ginagamit ng Indonesia. Tayo, pabor sa atin, ibinabasura ng Duterte na ito. Bakit natin nirespetuhin yan? Dapat yan ay ating pong labanan. Pero tayo po ay nananawagan. Bigyan po ninyo ako ng mandato. Mag-subscribe kayo at specifically, dapat alam ko na itong tinutukoy ninyo, itong programa nito, mag-comment po kayo. Ang commitment ninyo, ang comment ninyo ay commitment sa bansa. Iniibig ko ang Pilipinas, China Alliance. Yan po ang nais po natin makuha, libo-libong mga comments upang sa ganon. Yung aking pagdideklara ng gyera laban sa China ay may saysay. Meron pala akong backer. Meron akong nire-represent o kinakatawan ng mga Pilipinong pareho kong paniniwala ng Pilipinas. Para sa Pilipino. Iniibig ko ang Pilipinas.
Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyo'y ibibigay. Tungkulin ko'y gagampanan na lagi kang paglingkuran. Ang layla mo'y papantayan, Pilipinas.